Good morning. How? This is such a beautiful place, Gold Coast. I was shocked. When I saw the beautiful beach outside of my hotel window, I actually ran over to the beach. I wanted to experience the sand that I'm stepping on, the breeze, the sound of the waves, and everything. Because this experience is gold. If I have this experience, I'll be able to tell my wife how good Gold Coast was. But if I just show her the picture, she'll go, "Really? What were you doing?" So experience is really gold. And for today's session, I hope you can also understand especially for our new skincare products, experience is going to be something that I want all of you to feel and to be able to share this experience to your team. Okay, so this is the Ikise. You can see the two Chinese characters. And we started actually naming from the Chinese characters. And you see that the Chinese character on this side represents pure and sophistication. The Chinese character on the right side represents also pure and essential. In Japan, when we say essential oil in the Chinese character, the exact character is used. So this actually represents the purest among essential oils. And translating this into sound, we name this Ikise. So starting from the name, the equity of dōTERRA was actually incorporated into everything that you're seeing here. Now, today's presentation, I have two key phrases that I really want to re-emphasize, which will be our sincere desire to provide the best to the consumers, to all of you here. My passion to understand consumers and deliver something that's best has always been my motivation and driver. I was very lucky that in dōTERRA, we had all the senior leaders that had that same mindset. Let's make something that's best for our members in dōTERRA. John Gatmeyer, Nate, who's the president of Japan dōTERRA, and Murray, all actually was in the room when I was presenting this. And they all said, let's really make something that's best for our members. That's the most important. Very lucky that this mindset is really all up to the top. So I really appreciate the environment that dōTERRA has made for me to develop this product. Number two, fueled by the belief that excellence allows no compromise. The reason that I say this is when I was making this skincare product, and I do have a more 25 experience in making skincare products in multinational companies. And I hope you have heard some of the products that I also made, which I will share you later when we meet face to face. But we wanted to match those best in the market competitors. We wanted to match and exceed them. In order to do that, we had to get into every single excellence. There was no room for compromise. So this was also one of our key messages. This is our motivation when we were making the products. So two things, very important. So please remember, for Ikise is really coming from our heart to meet your needs. And number two is no compromise when we really want to achieve that number one. Now, 5 principles that I'm going to share today when we were making our Ikise products. I will go through one by one, but oil and minerals, the skin benefit, environmental consideration, quality and safety, beauty and enjoyment. All 5 are very important for our new Ikise line. I'm going to start with the first one, oil and minerals. What does this mean? This means this Ikise product is the one and only product that only dōTERRA can make. It is unparalleled. We are the first in the world to be able to make this high-level product because we are dōTERRA. Now, what makes our product dōTERRA, the only one in product? CPTG essential oils. We love this. I love this. Essential oils is such a critical portion of our product. And definitely, we wanted to add the CPTG essentials into our product. However, it's not, sorry, I used the wrong word. It's not adding CPTG essentials. It's actually CPTG essentials bringing the product to the whole new level. And the CPTG's essence, we wanted to maximize its potential also in the product. I will also talk about this a bit later, but CPTG essentials really played a critical role when we were making this product. Minerals, humic shale. In Japan, we have a product called Fossil that utilizes this humic shale as part of the key ingredients, which is everyone in Japan loves this product. So we also wanted to combine this very dōTERRA unique, distinctive product into IKISE as well. This was so unique and distinctive, we could not have any access to any cosmetic or skincare ingredients. So we actually had to register, find the ingredient and register the ingredient by ourselves. This is so unique. This is also one of the reasons that makes IKISE so special. Skin benefits. I can be talking about this for hours and hours, but because the time is ticking, I'm going to today focus on the humic shale minerals that I just mentioned right now. We infuse the natural minerals as essential trace nutrients to really support the skin core functions of helping maintain a healthy, resilient complexion from within. What does this mean is, if I look into the publications or evidence, there are many documentation that says mineral is essential for your skin. It does a lot for your skin. But what is most important is mineral is such a base foundation. I think Alex just shared the wellness pyramid. It is at the bottom of the wellness pyramid that really holds to, supports everything. If you're making a house and your foundation is weak, the house is not going to be robust. If you push it, maybe it'll fall. So really making a robust foundation is very important. So no matter how much good ingredients, good technology that you add, if your foundation is weak, the goodies that you add is not going to be able to maximize their potential. So we actually wanted to add these minerals to really maintain this foundation. And interestingly, this idea is also coming from one of our favorite products, VMZ. VMZ also has minerals that really support that base foundation of wellness. And also the minerals that we also used here is a unique mineral. It's not just a normal mineral, but it's a mineral that forms a complex with amino acid and other organic acid. There is strong evidence to say that this form of mineral is easier to be absorbed by the system. So we just didn't want to add minerals here. We wanted to add minerals that the skin can make the best out of it. So up to that level, we really designed the product and wanted to maximize the humic shale minerals that we wanted to place into our products. Now, let me go into the environmental consideration. We are dōTERRA. We always have trust on the earth. We look at the earth. And we actually did everything to really support this from a sustainability perspective. These are a few technologies that we incorporated into our products. The first three is related to packaging. So we used plant-derived plastics. We wanted to reduce the usage of petroleum-based plastics. So this was also one thing that we really wanted to highlight on. Forest Stewardship Council certification. I'm not sure if you're aware of this, but on all of our cartons, it has the FSC certification. What does FSC certification mean? It means that this council protects the forest, conserves the wildlife, and it also respects the workers that work in the forest. This is very close to our co-impact sourcing mindset. So this, utilizing the Forest Stewardship Council certified carton to our product was also a very important part of our sustainability commitment. Green nanotechnology. This is somewhat unique technology that exists in Japan, but why did we want to get into this level was that reality is all cosmetic plastic packages are not recycled. A lot of the products maybe you put them into the wrong bin, or maybe the place that you live does not have a recycling facility. A lot of the products are still incinerated. And that is reality. But what this green nanotechnology does is, even under the circumstance that the product is incinerated, we cut down the release of carbon dioxide that's going to be released over 50%. So up to this level, we really wanted to be considerate of what will happen to the product. If it is incinerated, we still want to be gentle to the earth. So up to this level, so this is no compromise to all of what we are doing. This is, I think, one good example of adding this technology to be able to preserve our environment. The last portion, the ISO 16128 compliant natural origin index, and I'm sure that, what am I talking about? It's probably your first impression. But this is actually a very important element for us when it comes to our ingredient selection. And how this works is based on, this is an international standard to calculate how much natural origin ingredients that is being used in our products. And I'm going to set our criteria first, but we set our criteria as that all of our products will exceed 90% of the natural origin index. And when I first shared to the US R&D team and other people in our team, a lot of the experts mentioned that this is a really high hurdle that you're aiming, because achieving 90% over for this natural origin index is very, very challenging. Now, I'm going to also explain what this natural origin index really means now. So, what is naturally derived? What is natural origin index? They look very similar, but there is a big difference. And I'm going to give you a short quiz here. Imagine I have a tomato in my hand right now. Is the tomato natural origin? Any? Yes, tomato is natural origin. Now, if I'm going to put that tomato and soak it into gasoline for 1 month, and I take that out now and it's in my hand, imagine a tomato soaked with gasoline. Is this natural origin? Yes, I'm hearing yeses and a few no's as well. Is this naturally derived? The answer could be yes and no, because there is no common standard. One company can still say, no, this is 100% naturally derived, because it is tomato, it is naturally derived. But other companies, no, because it has gasoline, it's not 100%, it's going to be less. So without that common standard, every single company can actually claim their own numbers. But the natural origin index really set the right international standard when we talk about natural origin. So if I talk about the gasoline-soaked tomato under the natural origin index, it would mean it would not hit 100%. Because through the process, something that was not natural was used or utilized. So you would see a lot of products in the market that says 100% naturally derived or natural origin. That number is really based on the company's internal standard. They can really say whatever number they want because there is no common standard. But the natural origin index allows you to make a fair assessment of what level is natural standard or not. So that is also why this 90% was a very difficult number to hit. Now, quality and safety, very important. We take quality and safety for granted. And when I use any products in the market, I also take that for granted. But actually, that behind the scenes, there's so much work that happens. And achieving 100% is a very difficult mission. And because sometimes things go wrong. Sometimes, depending on your skin condition, you may get somewhat like a tingling sensation as well. However, if we do not aim for 100% from the beginning, we are not going to be able to hit close to 100%. A lot of companies says, oh, up to 10%, we're fine. As long as the 90% of the people are fine to use, let's move ahead. So what happens to that rest of the 10%? We really wanted to make sure that we aim for 100%. If we want to achieve 99.9%, unless we aim for 100%, we're not going to be able to hit 99.9%. So this is also an area that we spend a lot of times, no compromise. Now, safe and reliable to use. What we did here was all products were allergy tested. And this allergy test is a 3 months long testing until you get the result. From the time we kicked off the IKISE development to launch was around 13, 14 months. Imagine we took 3 months of that 13, 14 months to focus on safety assessment. This is how serious we looked at when we think about the safety of our products. And I still remember, this was a very expensive test as well. I brought the bill to Nate, who was the Japan president. He goes, "You're spending a lot of money." And I says, "But we're not going to compromise on safety. We really have to do this." And I was also very fortunate to have leaders that would really understand this as well. Because not everybody understands, because if they're getting a high bill, they're going to say, no, you're spending too much. But this is also dōTERRA's mindset to say, let's make sure that we spend the right money, spend the right time so that we can really give that safe and reliable to use the peace of mind. And one more, dōTERRA's ingredient standard. This is also a very high hurdle because we really want to be gentle to the earth and strictly follow the dōTERRA ingredient guidelines. So this was also a very challenging target that we have set, but we were able to overcome. At the same time, I also set a different target, which actually my team back then was saying, "Oh, you set a bar too high." The target that I have set is I'm only going to use ingredients that are proven to be safe. There's data and evidence to be safe, and it has a history of use. No matter how much, maybe in Japan, from an island that we've never heard before, they got a new herb, and they claim, "Oh, this is so safe." But if I don't know the history of use and seeing the data, no matter how much people say it's safe, or people say this is the trendy ingredient, I'm not going to use that because safety is very important. So really focusing on the evidence and history of use when even selecting the ingredients was also the bar that we have set. So meeting both the dōTERRA's ingredient standard is already a very high standard, and yet also focusing on the right level of scrutiny on the ingredients, we really set a very high bar to really meet the safety standards here. Commitment to quality. Now, what does quality mean? We ran numerous testing on quality. We may think about putting the product into the oven and see if the color or the aroma changes. If the product will still remain its shape. If you open a jar and the jar totally becomes liquid, that's not the right level of quality we're looking for. I think a lot of people will think, oh, quality that's like the core part of the quality. But actually, there's a lot more when it comes to quality. Under normal usage, what would the product be like? The pumping. How much pumping do you really need before the product comes out? Because if you need to pump for 100 times before the product comes out, that's stressful. I'm going to throw the product if that happens to me. So up to that detail, because we really wanted to make you feel that quality is taken for it's granted, but we really wanted to make sure. And we ran all of the studies in the lab and with our partners, but at the same time, we also did our quality check in our office. So hiddenly at the high part of the shelf, because we couldn't really showcase the products, we actually hid the products at the high part of the shelf, and we were checking. Under this normal kind of working environment, would the product still be okay? And interestingly, through those small testing that we did in our office, we were able to pick up the small quality potential challenges as well. So we quickly brought everything back together and worked with our partners to make sure that even up to that detail, we can have that high confidence on quality. So this is also something that Maybe some people will say, oh, you spend too much time on this, or even too much money on this. But this was the area that we could not really compromise as well, because quality and safety is very, very important. The last portion, this is my favorite portion, beauty and enjoyment. And we're launching a skincare product. Becoming its beauty is a very important element. But people may ask, why does it have to be enjoyable? And I do like to daydream about what's going to happen in the future. And if I kind of think 50 years from now, maybe there's going to be a super tablet that contains all the energy and nutrients. And you don't even need to eat anymore. You just take the tablet and it's a perfect nutrient combination for you. I'm sure Alex will be able to make that one. Perfect combination for you. And you get all the right energy, nutrients, and you're going to be healthy. However, at the same time, we had the gala dinner yesterday. The steak was, served in front of me. The visual of the steak, the smell of the steak, how you cut into the steak, the flavor that you're getting, that's experience. That experience is also something that brings the product to the next level. The experience is the goal that I just mentioned. So it's a balance of what we want to achieve. But for us, for this one, for IKISE products, we really focused on that experience portion as well. And the focus was the skincare experience that awakens all 5 senses. And the CPTG essential oil was one of the critical factors that enabled this. So not everyone can really achieve this. And I also like to say, we're going to open up the 6th sense as well through this product, which is about happiness, motivation, confidence, and more. So this product is not just about a product that you apply on your face and you conduct skincare. It's about the whole experience is going to open up that new confidence, your new emotions in you, that brings you to the next level as well. Bonding. I just mentioned about my experience at the beach. If I don't have the experience, it's very difficult for me to communicate what this product is for, what this product can do for you. So this is also a very important portion. I will also talk about one more bonding example when I talk about the detailed products in the later part of the presentation. But bonding, the experience is gold when it comes to bonding, because you can actually talk to your friends, talk to your family, talk to your team about what this product really is. And customized to your skin. I actually work for a pharmaceutical company right now. Pharmaceutical company is important, but it gives you strict limitations. You have to only take 2 tablets before dinner, before you eat, only 2 times a day, no more. This IKISE line is not like that. This IKISE line is your best partner. You can actually use this IKISE product the way you want it to be. We have the whole regimen. If you're busy, you don't need to use the whole regimen. We have a recommended usage frequency for you, but you don't need to follow the frequency. The most important is what makes you happy, what makes you comfortable, what makes you confident is something that is most important for this IKISE line. So this area is actually a very important yet unique character of our IKISE product. Now, one more element that we have added. So it's 5 principles plus 1 is the essence of Japan. We wanted to humbly appeal that this was a product from Japan. So we actually took images or impressions from the kiriko, cut glass image, and also the kumiko, the woodwork, the traditional craftsman that's done in Japan. So we added these star elements into our carton boxes. However, we wanted to be humble, but yet wanted to appeal a bit. So we made it into a design that when you touch the carton box, you can feel this. So even, I just mentioned the experience and the touch, just looking and seeing this design versus being able to even touch and design and feel it in your fingertips. that actually enhances that experience, the total experience as well. So IKISE is really all about enhancing all your experience when using the product. Okay. So these are the 5 big principles that we actually used when we were making the IKISE lineup. Now, I will then move to the product description for each of the products. The product introduction. So number 1, we have the IKISE cleansing balm. And if you can see, the natural origin index is 100%. So this is like a masterpiece. And what this does is, it is a cleansing balm. And when you take the balm using spatula or dry fingers, and you apply it on your hand, it starts to melt. And you apply that melting balm onto your full face or areas that you have makeup on, such as mascara. It also is suitable for eyelash extension. And this is the experience is really gold. When you use the product, you will be able to feel the warmth coming from the product. It's like a gentle massage. You're pampering yourself. You're massaging yourself. This whole experience, yet it does its work on the cleansing, removing portion. And this is, I kind of like to say this moisturizing cleansing, because after you rinse it off, you really feel that like it's a veil of moisture that's still left on your hand, despite this product is a wash-off product. So it's a cleanser. We designed this as a cleanser, but I would say this is more even closer to a moisturizer. So this whole experience is really something very unique. And the essential oils that we have put in is the petigram, lime, and litza. So these are it gives you that refreshing sensation, especially when you're washing your face. So this product, please give it a try. And actually, this product comes with a very significant innovation from a technology perspective. We have a lot of these products in Japan as well. But I know that 99.9% of our competitor products in Japan can never achieve 100% natural origin index. Because I know that the base technology for this kind of natural balm is they have to use a plastic-related ingredient to bind the waxes together. However, we were able to break that dilemma, still give that gorgeous usage experience, yet achieving 100% natural origin index. So although this is just one balm, there's a significant amount of innovation that happened behind the scenes. Now, allow me to go to my next product. It's the IKISE face wash. So this is a wash which has a very strong character of having a rich foam. So it is a rich foam. It deep cleanses while keeping skin moisturized because of the fine bubbles. It will go through your skin texture to remove all the impurities. And we also utilize amino acid-based surfactant as well, so that we can actually balance that skin afterfeel. And the rich foam, which is very unique, is a lot of people in Japan use the foaming net or other device to make a foam as the size of a grapefruit. And what they do is they just dump their face into that wash. This is like the frictionless washing. You don't even need to put your fingers or your hands on your face. The bubble itself will just do the wash. It is at that level of rich foam you can really experience with this product. And it also gives a refreshing feel afterwards. And the CPTG essential oils, we have used the same version as the cleansing balm. So under the wash categories, we have the same selections of the CPTG oil. Now, going to my next product, the IKISE lotion, smooth and rich. The rich, you can see all the natural origin index at the top corner. These are all hitting over 90% criteria, which we know is already a very high bar that we have set. This is a lotion. So in Japan, we even call it like a clear lotion. It's more of a watery-based lotion. But this lotion has a bit of body to it. It's a bit viscous. So a rich texture with added viscosity and provides firmness and moisture. What this does is it's somewhat a liquid that has body, But when you apply it on your face, it kind of transforms into water, and you feel like your skin is drinking. So drinking, but yet moisturizing. It's a very unique, complex feeling, but this is the only way I can explain. But when you use the product, please let me know how you feel so that I can also learn how to communicate my experience to all of you even better. And this is something that supports aging skin as well. The CPTG oil is our favorite frankincense. We know how potent frankincense is when it comes to aging care and all as well. So this product is really something that is easy to use. You feel that your skin is drinking even, and really gives you that right moisturization feel at the end. So please have a chance to also use this product. Now, the Ikise Dual Serum. This is, a lot of people ask, what is your number one favorite product under the Ikise range? And it is actually very difficult for me to choose, but if I need to choose one, this one will be my favorite kid. And when I say dual serum, it has two layers. The white layer is the oil layer. The bottom layer is the water layer. So when you use it, you shake it. And then the two layers become one layer. And then you apply it on your face. So it's a unique product in that sense. And it also looks very interesting because of the two layers. But the two layers really have a reason. We did not make this two layers simply because it looks nice. Oil is a very important portion when it comes to providing skin benefit. Water is also very important. So ideally, we really want to balance the oil and water contents in our products. However, if we add too much oil to it, the product tends to become very heavy. The texture becomes a bit greasy and oily. If you look at a cream that contains very high amount of oil, you can imagine that the cream becomes very pasty, heavy, and you maybe sometimes even feel that your skin cannot breathe anymore. But if you really want to add an oil to the product and make it into a cream or something, it's a very high technical hurdle that we need to overcome. But we still wanted to utilize our oils and other oils so that we can really deliver the efficacy. But we also want to give a pleasant usage experience. How to really combine these two paradoxes together is, let's keep them separate. We don't need to use the surfactants to even put them into one. So we actually added high level of efficacy oils and also the water phase. And surprisingly, when you mix it into one right before you use, the texture is amazing. Please experience this texture during your stay here, because it's like applying silk on top of your skin. Despite the high amount of oil, it's like the whole mixture, the freshly made mixture is really like silk. So this was really something that it looks great. Even from a technical perspective, this was something that is really innovative. And it's really amazing to see that applying oil individually, water individually, when they come into together, how the texture really transforms into something that goes even 2-3 steps beyond. And one bonding story that I want to showcase for this product is a lot of members in Japan actually come to me and explain their experience. And one experience that really kind of hit me was when the mom uses this regimen and they reaches the product, the daughter always comes along and waits. What the daughter does is she shakes the product for the mother. She shakes the product and gives the product back to the mother. So she actually makes the skincare ready for her mother to use. And you can see how the daughter is smiling when she's shaking. This is just one product example, but this really bonds the family together. It's like a skincare routine. When you feel that the skincare routine is only your routine, it's not. It actually pulls in your family. It creates a new, regimen. So this is also something that I really want. This is a very unique product that has a lot of innovation around it, but yet it's also magic to be able to bond you even closer. Now, because this is my favorite child, I'm going to talk about some of the key ingredients that's part of this product. The two big ingredients that I do want to highlight is niacinamide. This is vitamin B3 and gluconolactone. And niacinamide, we call this energy vitamin. Alex just mentioned about energy, NAD+. This niacinamide also is very effective when it comes to energy. So we call this an energy vitamin, vitamin B3. Because this is like a food for all of the cells in your system, it does create the refined bright skin impression, supports the skin, balances sebum. And when it comes to support skin, niacinamide is also known to generate collagen in your skin as well. So niacinamide, there's a lot of evidence. And actually, I was on the team when we registered niacinamide as a brightening, anti-melanin active ingredient in Japan. So I really know a lot about this ingredient and how this ingredient can be very potent. So I added all my secret recipes into this product utilizing niacinamide as well. Gluconolactone. This is actually maybe an ingredient that many of you may not have heard before. But this is also a very unique ingredient. A lot is now used in clinics, beauty clinics as well. It's somewhat an exfoliator. But this is a very mild exfoliator, which is closer to a moisturizing ingredient. So I like to name this like a moisture peel or a moisture exfoliator or something. It gives an exfoliating benefit. However, it's a very gentle form of exfoliator. And what is also important about adding this kind of ingredient that helps to exfoliate your skin is because your skin is renewed every day, the dead layer on your surface actually falls off. But sometimes, with numerous reasons, the dead skin layer remains on your surface of your skin. That actually causes a lot of problem because it's kind of acting like a lid for the new layer to come out. The reason for getting uneven texture or dullness, a lot is referred that layer is still left on the surface of your skin. So actually removing that dull layer very gently every day actually does help stimulate your skin renewal, which actually is bringing up your newer skin from inside. That really leads to glow and translucent skin. So a lot of people who use IKISE mention to say that, oh, this glow that I get from the product, I've never really experienced this kind of a benefit before. So glow translucency is also really coming from this combination of ingredients to really give that benefit to your skin. And this niacinamide and gluconolactone is not only an ingredient used for our serum, it is used in a variety of our IKISE range. So you will still get the same benefit. But serum, we have formulated this at the maximum level. So that's why I also like serum. It gives you the bonding, it gives you the appeal on the visual, and it also gives you that efficacy as well. And sorry, I forgot the silky texture that this product will deliver is really priceless. And we also have other moisturizing ingredients, squalane, hyaluronic acid. We have the natural seed extract and also the fermented extract. And Alex also mentioned about the yeast, So fermentation is also a very important portion that really delivers that amino acid, natural moisturizing factor to our skin as well. So we have placed niacinamide and gluconolactone as our key ingredients, but we also have other ingredients even beyond this that will really help support that moisturizing benefit of your skin. Now, the day and night face cream. This is, we call this penetration plus adhesion formula. What this means is, if you think about all of the cream that's in the market, it is basically a balance of like a gel cream. A very light cream gives you more penetration, while a rich cream gives you more like protection. It serves like a lid to keep the moisturizing inside the skin. It's very difficult to achieve both. We wanted to achieve both. But reality is it's either or. It either gives you a good absorption of the ingredient, or it either gives you a good lid protection. We wanted to break that dilemma. So we actually made a special blend of the cream, and we named it as a penetration adhesion formula. And I'm sure there's a more easier way to describe this, but because I'm such a technical nerd, this was the only phrase that I could really think of. But this is really very important. This is a cream that gives both the absorption and the protection at a very high level. Because of that, it actually is suitable for both morning and night use. Because if the cream is too light, it's very difficult to use it during the evening. If the cream is too heavy, you don't want to put too much during the morning. So this technology that breaks the dilemma actually allows you to use it both the morning and night. So moisturizing yet lightweight and non-greasy. Please also try this product and really feel that momentum. Excellent skin absorption. So protecting the skin, buntan, copaiba is the two essential oils that was used for this one. So the appearance looks just like a normal cream, but really the technology behind this, the thought behind this is also very intense. Okay. Now, IKISE Intensive Eye Cream. Usually, an eye cream is used at the very end of the regimen. And we actually use the rose essential oil, the CPTG rose. Like rose is like the king of oils. Using rose at the end of the regimen really makes you feel good. And so many people comment to say like an eye cream that has a rose CPTG oil to finish off the regimen is so valuable. It makes you feel relaxed and so precious. You feel that you're pampering yourself so much when you use this product. And from a science point of view, we all know that the eye zone has a very thin skin layer, very delicate. What that delicate means is it has less protection power to keep the moisture in your skin. So your eye zone easily loses moisture and becomes dry. And also because your eye zone skin is very thin, you tend to get more irritation risk. We were really concerned we really looked into what was the eye zone skin. And we actually made sure that the delicate hydration can really be delivered to the eye zone to protect that dryness and also to enhance your skin barrier so that your eye zone can be more protective against the irritants. And definitely enhancing firmness. Your eye zone, you want it to be firm. So this actually, you can really feel that plump feel when you use this product. And this also contains beeswax and shea butter because this kind of melts. The texture actually kind of melts into your eye zone. And we really wanted to give that melting sensation, melting experience of the product on your eye zone as well. So this is something that is also well thought of to really tackle against your eye zone area, but yet giving that pleasant usage experience by utilizing the roses CPTG oil character. Now, this is the last product in the regimen, the IKISE Booster Oil. This is actually a very interesting oil, and we call this booster oil, but we also want to name it as like a multi-purpose oil. So this contains 4 types of beauty oils. And if you use it, it's like amazingly light texture. It's an oil, but it may not even feel like an oil because of that light texture. And this is the key item that really allows you to customize your regimen. And it's an oil. Why we say this is a booster oil? Because our original intent of this oil was to use right after you wash, before your lotion. Because when you wash, a lot of the moisture in something is taken up because it's washed away. You immediately want to give that protection before more moisture is lost from your skin. So we wanted to use this right after wash. And actually, when you use this product and then you apply the lotion, because the oil kind of sets the ground for the lotion, the penetration feel, the blend of the feel of the lotion is very different. You can really feel that. I just mentioned with the lotion, the skin is drinking. After you use this booster oil and apply the lotion, it's like it's drinking like a bucket of water. So this is how different the booster oil really gives that sensation of blending. before using the ocean. But then we realized throughout the process, this oil can do a lot more. This oil, because of the light texture, it can be used even for hair, nail, and body. And you just need one drop to really cover that area. My elbow tends to get dry, but one drop of this booster oil really would do its job. And one more thing is, maybe during dead winter, the cream, you may want a bit more moisture around that. Maybe for the wash, especially when it's winter, you may need a bit more moisture rather than the refreshing feel. The secret is, when you take the cream on your palm, add one drop of the booster oil. Amazingly, the cream would elevate its moisturizing sensation. Same for the wash. You apply one drop of the booster oil in your wash, and you foam it and use it. The skin after becomes much more nourished and moisturized. So just adding this one drop of booster oil can really customize the product the way you want it to be, depending on your the environment that you're staying, the season and all. So this booster oil is something that will really become your partner, so that the whole IKISE regimen will be your own regimen. So please, this booster oil is also magic, and geranium was used for the CPTG oil used for this product, but this IKISE oil is really something that I would want everyone to try out. And please, if you have ways to customize, please let me know. I'm more than dying to learn from you on how this product is being used. And this is also one thing that I want you to share with your friends, family, and team of how this product is used. I actually checked the Instagram in Japan of how this product is really used. I'm actually learning so much from the consumers and members. And I'm sure that you will also give me a lot of aspiration for me to make something even better in the future. So please use this booster oil as well. The last part, CPTG essential. I talked about the importance of the CPTG essentials that makes IKISE so unique and distinctive. I'm going to talk about a few stories here as well. So this is the whole lineup, the cleansing facial wash lotions. And the details of each of the essential oils, we have an expert, Emily, who will be presenting tomorrow to talk about the details of these essential oils. But today, I want to showcase how these adding our distinctive CPTG oils have actually transformed this product usage to the next level. And we also added one new element. This is also something that I never tried in my whole career, but we were able to also challenge this and put this together. One thing that I realized after launching IKISE in Japan, people were kind of using the product when they apply on face. They apply the two palms in front of their face. And what they were doing is they were really taking a deep breath. We all know that taking a deep breath gives you relaxation. It gives you that refreshment. It gives you a pause so that you don't need to feel hectic. So I kind of mentioned to say that this IKISE line is a skincare line that allows you to take a deep breath. So really, so much people enjoy that CPTG essential oil experience through like this. So if anyone can access to the IKISE Instagram page in Japan, you will see so many people. It's like praying and relax. It's like making their own atmosphere and environment for them to feel relaxed. I've never seen any product that is able to do that. So this is also the unique experience that IKISE can deliver. No other skincare product is able to deliver that momentum. So very unique to IKISE. Now, and if you look at the whole regimen, there's 5 different fragrance blends in one regimen. For those who have used skincare products before, the whole lineup is usually 1 or 2 similar fragrance because you want to have that harmonization. But why did we add different CPTG essential oils for each of the products this time? We had a reason behind it. We wanted to kind of combine these different levels of essential oils to cover the top, middle, and the base note. what happens when you use the whole regimen is that because it covers the 3 top notes, it makes a new aroma on your skin. This is the mindset. Only dōTERRA is able to do this. But actually utilizing this, making a new fragrance is so unique to dōTERRA. And because we have the science, we have the knowledge, we have the expertise on essential oils, we're the only ones that can make this. And actually, when we announced this, many people in Japan actually made this themselves. They made the blend together themselves. I actually asked the Japan product team to also make that blend so that I would really want to see how it smells. It's gorgeous. But really, this whole, the thinking of how to blend the essentials together to come up with a totally new experience, a totally new world, is so unique to also IKISE as well. So this is also one of the reasons I would definitely want you to try the product as a whole regimen once and really see how this all essential oils come together on your skin to really make a new world. So this is really something very unique to dōTERRA, and I'm sure that you will be able to try the product. So please do try the products. I will be at the convention today and tomorrow the whole day. If any questions, please find me. And definitely, I would love to hear your experience. I like this portion. Oh, I like the way that this melts, so that next time we can incorporate all your consumer insights to even make a better product in the future as well. Thank you very much. Thank you.